Howdy folks, welcome back to 50 Nautical Mile Arc. Today we are going to fly across Rhode Island just because we can. We're going to start in Massachusetts and head over to New York. But I'm glad to be flying again. I had to take a couple weeks off because my voice was gone because of a cold. In fact, I still sound kind of funny. So those of you who are new to the channel, this is not my normal voice. Don't worry about it. I know I sound kind of funny right now, but I really wanted to fly for you all. So here we are. We are at 1 Bravo 9er Mansfield Municipal Airport in Mansfield, Massachusetts. Kind of like the northeast corner of Rhode Island, the state of Rhode Island, obviously. And then we're going to fly to the southwest, and we're going to land at 0 Bravo 8, which is Elizabeth Field in Fisher's Island, or on Fisher's Island, New York. Just barely southwest of the Rhode Island border. So we're going to fly across the state of Rhode Island. It's small, it's quick. And we're in the Piper Archer. Haven't flown this in a while. And I'm just checking out the scenery. We've got a lake in the background with some islands on it. And some nice autogen over there. And I'm definitely enjoying these, like 30-some frames per second. It's so nice. So anyway, not much to say. It's going to be a very simple flight. We're going to follow some VORs just because we can. But it will be a visual landing, though. In fact, I'll talk about the VOR approach to the other airport in a moment. But let's hop inside. Actually, let's hop outside and check out our doors here and get this closed up. Now, this aircraft is behaving okay in X-Plane 11. It's not great, but I'm not going to remove it from my hangar because it's the only small GA I have. The rest of the GAs are like regional GA. And if I put this in my hangar, I won't have anything left. So we're going to use it today. We'll do best as we can. You probably won't notice anything watching, but you just have to take my word for it. There's some goofy things going on. This is an Airplane 10 aircraft in X-Plane 11.05, which is the reason for the weirdness. And I'll talk about it as it happens. All right, so simple start up. We'll just turn on the batteries, turn on the fuel pump. Give it some fuel, and we will start this thing up, which we can't really see because the yoke's in the way. I could always move the yoke, but we're not going to. We'll keep the yoke there. It's only hiding the RPM gauge, and there's no engine management in this, so you can go full speed all the time. Let's hop over here. What lights do we need? We'll keep the fuel pump on until we get on the runway. We'll turn that on. We'll keep landing lights off for now. Like I said, we're going to do some VOR stuff, though. We're going to head north on runway 32 because the wind is coming at us 5 knots from the north, due north, actually. It is real world weather. So what are we doing here? Nav 1. We're going to tune 115.6. And that is the Providence, Rhode Island, VOR. Providence, VOR, in Rhode Island. You get the idea. There you go, 115.6. We're going to approach that 220 degrees. So we'll move this over like that. We'll fly inbound 220, which is right there. Then we'll fly outbound 250. And when we reach 183 degree radial on the next VOR, which is 110.85, like, oh boy, like so, 110.85, 110.85, 115.6. All right, so then we'll do 183 degrees, which is 180. That'd be 1, 2, 3. Actually, how does it line up? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the way this is going to work, inbound to Providence at 220. When we do Station Passage, we'll go 250 outbound. And that'll bring us just north of the next VOR. So when we get to the 183 radial of the next VOR, we turn and follow the radial. That'll bring us directly over the center of our airport, Elizabeth Field. From there, it's a visual approach to whatever runway we want. So we'll check the wind on the map when we get there and decide which runway we want. We have 4 to choose from. Speaking of weather, our barometer 299.2. All right, 5 knot wind though, just like I said. And we're at 299.2. I don't think there's anything else to do. It's so simple, very simple flight plan. Oh, that's a station sound. Nice. No interior lights to worry about. It's like 3 p.m. or something like that. Oh, look at those awesome frame rates. Oh my gosh. Wow. Alright, what do we need to do? Nothing. We're going to come out. taxi to the right, and then to the left, and then take off runway 32. So let's do that. Let's hop back here because we can release the parking brake. This airplane's going to take off on its own because that's how this airplane works in X-Plane 11 for some reason. Otherwise, we have a nice modeled airport here. And I can't remember if the other airport is modeled or not. I guess we'll find out together when we get there. Oh my gosh, this thing goes really fast. That's like no throttle. There we go. We'll reset the throttle. Alright, let's set that a second. Set the parking brake. Hop inside. Change some lighting around. Turn off the fuel pump. Turn off the fuel pump. There we go. And we should be all ready. We'll get one set of flaps down. This thing is really hard to fly with flaps down with this model and this version of X-Plane. In fact, that's one of the terrible things. So, see, look at this thing. It's all over the place. If we can maneuver, take off and land with one set of flaps, it's still tolerable. Look at this. I can't even... Goodness gracious. Let's just get in the air. Look at that. That's not wind either. We're straight into the wind. It's only 5 knots anyway. Let's get those flaps up. Alright, we are just going to head north, pretty much, well, not north, runway heading, I should say. We're going to head runway heading. That's a nice shot. Until we reach the VOR. See, look at this. This just does whatever it wants. Oh, so frustrating. Once we intersect the VOR, then we'll head to the southwest. I'm not even looking at the plane right now. I'm just going to enjoy the scenery. This is all auto-gen. It is HD Mesh 3. Look at this thing. It's trimmed so crazy. There we go. Alright, let's hop inside. And let's fly the plane. Draw back throttles a little bit. Keep trimming this thing down. Gears fixed. Flaps are in. We're not going to go into the clouds. We'll stay at the base of the clouds. Unless we get bored, then we'll fly into the clouds a little bit. But anyway, we're almost up on the VOR. Let's just fly IFR a second because we can. 800 feet up, 900 feet vertical. Alright, we'll just keep flying like this till we intersect the VOR. Then we'll sharply turn to 22 or 220 degrees. Should probably start our turn now. Trying to mind the turn coordinator there. There we go. Pull back a little bit because we're dropping. There is 27, 24, just about, and 23, and roll out to 22. And look at that. Except for vertical speed went nuts. Other than that, look at that. Right on. I'm just trying to level us off here because we're making our passengers puke. Oh my gosh, settle down. Let's bring that throttle back, be easier to control. There you go. Awesome. Now if I could just get a chance to do that in real life, I'll be happy. I mean, I'm happy now, but it'd be fun to try my IFR skills in real life. I don't know any crazy pilot that will let me go up and do IFR with IFR glasses my first time in an airplane. That'd have to be pretty crazy. What do we have for wing views here? Nice, nice. That's what I was looking for. There's that pond or lake or whatever. Wow. Either it's really, really windy up here, or the flight model is just terrible. Oh, carb, I suspected. How do I bring that down? There we go. Oh, no, 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 you stay up. You stay up. No, my scroll wheel thing is doing the wrong stuff. Okay. Alright, let's go back. Here, we got thrown off a little bit. So as I was trying to say, I don't know if the model is just crappy or if it's super windy, but I'm having a very, very difficult time. I mean, the wind's running like 5 knots or something, so I don't know what they are up here. It can't be that crazy. We're only like 1,000 feet above the ground or something. Maybe 1,800 above the ground. Yeah, some industrial stuff there. That's kind of cool. Man, why can't I control this thing? Like, my yoke is like halfway to the left just to stay straight. and the wind is coming from the other way, so I don't know why I'd be having a problem like this. Man, oh man. Am I just that used to flying gigantic aircraft that I'm not used to this, or is the model this bad? I honestly won't be able, I don't know. I don't know enough about it in real life to know what my problem is. Let's just enjoy the scenery, ignore the bobbing plane. And I'm really fighting this. I can't even trim it. It won't even trim nicely for me. That's cool. I wonder what city that is. Alright, I'm going to climb a little bit, get us just to the base of the clouds, maybe in the clouds a little bit. And I'm just going to follow this VOR track a little bit as well. It's actually a longer flight than it looks. I did do this in a practice run during my sickness because I couldn't talk but I wanted to fly. And it's a longer flight than it looks. So I'm just going to fight the plane, chase some needles, and for you all, I'll edit in the scenery. And maybe after we make our VOR outbound switch, I will fight some of these things with you. But for now, let's just have some scenery and sightseeing, and I'll be back with you in a little bit. Alright, we're back in the cockpit already. A couple things I wanted to point out. One, I obviously can't fly a plane from the outside because we're way off our VOR track. Which isn't terrible because we are going to be making a right-hand turn in 9 miles anyway. And I know it's 9 nautical miles because we have DME in this aircraft, which is very nice. So we'll be making a turn soon anyway, so I'm not really going to chase that needle. We are climbing towards base of clouds as planned. But we are flying over Providence, Rhode Island, in case you were wondering where we are. So there's the water going out to the ocean being right off the wing. Over there on the horizon, that's ocean, open ocean. And behind us will be Massachusetts. And some other stuff, but just to give you an idea. So there's Providence, Rhode Island. Isn't that awesome? Very nice. Nice cloud shadows on the ground. A little bit of haze, not much. And there's the open ocean. Now we do have to be careful about our altitude though, because when we cross over the next VOR and head towards or when we cross over this VOR, head towards the second VOR to make our turn left, we have to be at 2,000 degrees when we pass the next VOR. 2,000 degrees, 2,000 feet. So we gotta be careful about that. So we're off from our VOR track now. I'm not even going to worry about it. But if we were flying it exactly, it would take us right over the airport, which is... Can we see it yet from here? Yeah, it's over there. Right above the nose is the airport. If I stayed on the track, we would be over that airport because that's where the VOR is. So we're way off. Maybe it's not such a bad thing. We're staying out of the way of other traffic then anyway. And anybody who's wanted to see Providence, Rhode Island in X-Plane, here you go. This is what it looks like. Not too shabby. If I can keep the plane where I want it to go. Oh, it's just terrible. So let's see. 5 miles till Station Passage. Actually less than that because we're like 4,000 feet up. Plus we're away from the airport. So that's not going to get to 0. I don't even know, is that going to come back down already? No, it's still coming down, okay. But it'll switch pretty soon and then we'll change our radio. Alright, we should be passing the VOR any minute. So I'm going to change our outbound to what I say, 250 I believe. So that'll be 25. Which is right there. Let me just double check. Yep. So then, once we pick up the next VOR or other dial will spin around, and then we'll know that we are ready to pick it up. And then when we do, I'm gonna flip my switch over here and see if we get DME on this other VOR. I'm not sure if there's DME or not. If there's DME, that'd be very helpful because we would be able to tell where station passage is going to be and plan our descent. Because remember I said we want to be 2,000 feet when we cross the other VOR. So that's going up 2.6. So we are definitely going away from the VOR, first one. So I guess we can fly towards the needle a little bit. I was going to wait until we intercept it, but we were flying at 220 degrees. It would take a really long time. So let's just intercept our radial at 250 outbound, and then we'll just follow that. So we're kind of circling the airport, hopefully staying out of the way of other traffic. Alright, let's just, well, this is only 175 degrees, so let's not go any steeper than south, because we don't want to intercept this too sharply, or else it'd be too hard to line it up. Oh, there it moves. There we go. See what I mean? So let's go, minding our turn coordinator, and we are going to turn 250. And let's not go quite that sharp. I turned a little too soon. Let's stay about 240 until we line up. Watching our vertical speed. Everybody's puking again. This thing is just so fussy. And I don't know enough about the real aircraft to know if it's the model in X-Plane 11 or if it's just like this to fly this light of a plane for real. I can't imagine it would be this hard. I mean, this is really difficult. Alright, we're lined up with the radial. We'll fly this outbound. Oh, we already picked up the other VOR. Check that out. Oh, whoa, what was that? Alright, so then when that starts to intercept, we'll know we can follow that radial in. I just want to let go of this yoke. Oh my gosh, let straighten out. Come on. Even with rudder trim, it's not doing anything. I can rudder trim to the right and it reacts, but rudder trim to the left, and I still... Look at that. It doesn't matter. I have to grab onto this yoke. This entire flight, my yoke has been like at least a quarter or a third to the left. And trim isn't doing any bit of good. But anyway, enough complaining. I'm just following my VOR. And we're actually holding quite nicely. Well, now that I say that, we move to the right. But we're just going to follow this in and start losing altitude until we pick up the other VOR. And then once we pick up the other VOR, we'll make a sharp left turn and head over the airport and then decide which runway we're going to land on. In the meantime, I'm just going to fight this and come down and try to do some sightseeing with you while I fight this. But it's easier said than done. So let's have another look outside, if we can. Alright, so we did pick up DME after all. I flipped a switch and we did pick it up. So that will tell us where this other VOR is. Now we should be a little north of the VOR, which means that won't get down to 0, but it'll give us a pretty good idea of where station passage is. And I'm getting some weird stalling when the weather updated. That was pretty strange. Why did my frame rate just tank? Weird. Man, I'm having one heck of a time doing some sightseeing here. I dropped like 2,500 feet out of nowhere because I was too busy trying to get some good shots outside, and it just didn't work. We dropped a bunch of altitude. Now I'm trying to climb just a little because we're way lower than we need to be. And I'm kind of back on track with our VOR. We drifted way north. So I'm just going to fly this plane. And give you updates as I fly, I guess, because that's the only way I can do this. But there's the ocean out the window on that side. And what's on the side? Woods and a lake. Really pretty, though. Now, there is a runway 30, and I believe the map said winds at 30, right? Let's see. Winds 30 at 5 knots. So there's a runway 30. So therefore, in theory, we can land directly into the wind. So when we cross this VOR, turn left, when we cross the airfield, we'll make a left-hand U-turn, and that'll be runway 30. It should work just fine. I'm going to start minding my speed now, or my altitude, because we want to be at 2,000 feet when we cross this VOR. The VOR is only 8 miles away, 8 nautical miles. So we'll start coming down a little bit. I'm going to keep my speed up, though, so I'm actually using trim to head down instead of my throttle. That is not our airport to the immediate left. Our airport's on an island out there further, but this is a really nice shot in the sim. Must be beautiful in real life. Alright, here we go. We've intercepted our next VOR. So let's head left to 183 degrees. We're going to miss it because I was too busy sightseeing. But we'll make it here. Alright, so there's 180. We're going to want to go a little past because we got to reline up again. There we go. Let's see. 170. We'll keep at 170 until we line up, then we'll move over to 180. Alright, so now we're lined up. Let's move back to 183. Minding our altitude, vertical speed, which I have under control this time. There's 190 because I wasn't paying attention. Let's go back. There we go. Actually, that was 200. So why? Oh, it's just getting really sensitive because we're going to fly over it. All right, let's stop chasing that needle. We're 1 mile off, which means it's right down there. What does that say? Gone. What does that say? Oh, KGON. It's the airport. Okay. Probably because people land at the wrong airport all the time. All right, so you want to be at 2,000 feet in half mile, and we're about there right now. We're going to chase the needle a little bit here. Just because we do need to catch it outbound so we go over the center of the airfield. So let's just say like this. Let's bring back throttles a little bit. Start coming down now. And there's station passage. And how are we looking? Ooh, look at that. We caught it outbound. Nice. That was spectacular. Wow. Especially if you think about how sensitive that needle is right now. That's awesome. Well, I did something right. Look at that. Amazing. Okay, anyway, we know the altimeter is still 2,902. We know we want to start coming down now, about 500 to 600 feet per minute. The airfield should be right behind those trees. They should pop in a moment. And then we will circle left to runway 30 and land directly into the wind. So if we have any problems, it's not the wind, it's the model. Good. Look at that. We're still on the VOR. Oh my gosh. Look at that. We're still spot on track 183. Even though our heading is like 178. That's crazy. Here we go. See? Just like I told you, directly over the center of the airfield. Just like we were supposed to be. How awesome is that? I just love radio navigation. It is so neat to be able to use your radios and end up exactly where you intend to be. Okay, let's level off till we can get a nice approach here. So we'll try to use... I mean, we're totally visual now. This is the instrument approach, is to use the VOR to get you over the airfield, and then the rest is visual. At least that's my understanding. So let's Let's go left now and make our downwind. We know the runway's 30. I don't know if it's exactly 300 degrees, but we'll do something like that. So if we line up our compass, let's watch our altitude. We're only 200 feet up. Line up our direction so that 30 is behind us. Then we know we're doing downwind parallel to the runway, like a little bit more. There we go. Now we know we're going parallel to the runway. Let's give ourselves some distance because I want to have a nice long approach so that I can blame my bad landing on the model if I have to. We're just getting blown everywhere again. I mean, maybe it's like this in real life. It's only a 5-knot wind, though. You can't tell me a 5-knot wind is like supposed to be like this crazy. All right, now we're doing a base leg. If we look over, there's somewhere. There we go. I see the runway. All right, let's do a long final here, so we have time to line back up again. All right, fuel pump on. I've seen other planes, they turn the fuel pump on at landing. Oh, we're getting blown left, even though we're supposed to be going directly into the wind. What? Oh my gosh. Whoa. Why are we getting blown? There's no way there's a crosswind this crazy. What? We're going to go around. We're going to try that again. Look at that. Let's go around. Flaps in. Map says winds 30. And we were getting blown like we had a complete crosswind. What the heck? Alright, we're just going to climb. Try it again. Second set of flaps. Now we're just getting... I have no control over this thing at low speeds like this. So I don't know if this is the model or if I'm just that bad at flying tiny planes. Look at this. We're completely... Look at this. It's like we're getting... Look at this. What is going on? We're going so fast, but we just got sucked way down. Why are we going sideways? We should not have a crosswind. We should be going directly into the wind right now. I'm just going to land this thing. What in the heck is going on? Okay, well, we're going to do a crosswind landing if I can get down. Bleed off from here. No, come on. Oh, come on. There you go. Dip the wing. Crab it. Crab it. Oh. Ugh. Terrible. Oh boy, are we going to stop in time? That was not fun. That was kind of scary. Weird. So, I don't know. I don't know if I'm just that bad at flying small planes, or if this model is just totally whacked. I don't know. I'll have to take out the default Cessna and see if I can land that. Because if I can land the default Cessna, then it's obviously not my problem. Where are we going? This way, okay. I think, right? Yeah. Alright, that's better. That was kind of crazy. I mean, even now, look at what's going on. I'm not doing any of that. Look at, it's just going all whack, all by itself. Oh, well. Let's just park this thing. We'll check out that replay, because that's going to be interesting. Alright, so... Look at that. Look at that crosswind when there should not be a crosswind. And would 5 knots really be that bad? I thought 5 knots wasn't noticeable, but this thing was so hard to control. Look at this. I just cannot get control of this thing. Let's see what happens. That wasn't so bad, though. I kind of made up for it. Let's look at that from behind. So let's see what happens here. So we're floating, fighting. Then I dip the wing in and crab it. Alright. For a crosswind landing, that wasn't terrible, but I just don't understand. So weird. So strange. Alright, let's head back to real time, see what's going on. Alright, let's park this thing. Let's see, where should we park it? Just park it next to that. Oh yeah, let's park over here. Whoa. Again, it's just doing its own thing, man. Oh well. Alright, let's just park you right here. Alright, set the parking brake. And turn all that stuff off. And turn all this stuff off. I guess I should turn the landing lights off sooner. This should have gone in sooner, but the sim seems to love having carb heat open. And we'll turn the key off. There we go. Turn off the batteries. Like so. This should let us open the door. There we go. And we have the window open. All right, let's hop aside. All right, what I'm going to do something I've never done before. I'm going to reload this quickly with this default Cessna. Same airport, same wind, same everything. And I'm just curious to see if I'm going to have the same problem landing the Cessna. So through magic of editing, I'll be back in a second. All right, we're rocking the default Cessna. I thought I'd flown this plane before, but actually I think it's been a long time since I've flown this thing. I had to set up all my presets and stuff. It does look nice though. Alright, let's where are we? Alright, let's come down. I got a little carried away on my climb. Let's come way down. And let's make our U-turn and see. So this same weather, same everything. 30 degree wind, 5 knots. Nothing's changed. All I did was reload the aircraft. We might have to buy some more time here. I might have climbed too high. Because we got a lot of speed to bleed off too. Let's just see what happens. 2 and 2. Let's get first set of flaps out. Give it some throttle. Oh yeah, see, look at. No crosswinds. A little bit. Oh yeah, we're getting blown a little. Not nearly as bad as before though. But let's see what happens here. I'm only going to do one set of flaps. Yeah, there's some crosswind again. But, okay, yeah, there's a lot of crosswinds. But it's easier to control. See? Look how smooth this is. There we go, we're still 2 and 2. Spot on the glide slope. Good on speed. We'll slow down a little bit here. We only have one set of flaps, so I'm not going to slow all the way down. But see how much, look at this. See how much easier this is getting. We're getting blown a little bit. Here we go. Let's check this out. This is one set of flaps, remember. Smooth it out. Just at stall speed. Look at that. There we go. Just at stall. Oh, look out. Look out. Deer. Look out. Oh. Flaps in. Yeah, that was much better. I didn't really compensate for my crosswind like I did in the other aircraft because I was too busy watching that deer run at us. But, yeah, see, okay. So it's the aircraft, because obviously it's not. Yeah, okay. I just wanted to see. I just wanted to try it. Plus, I don't think I've ever landed this default Cessna before. I think that was my first time. Alrighty. I'm just going to taxi away here. No need to do another shutdown or anything. So thank you for watching. Thank you for flying across Rhode Island with me. And thank you for indulging me a moment while I land a different aircraft just to make sure I'm not going crazy. And I'm not going crazy. And with that being said, I'll catch you on the next one.